Good morning, students. Today we will discuss the fifth chapter of your geography book, that is mentioned in class 8th, Industries. Basically, in this topic at first we will discuss meaning of industry, later on classification of industries, after it factors affecting location of industries, industrial region, industrial regions, industrial system, and finally distribution of major industries. Distribution of major industries. Basically, in distribution of major industries, we will discuss about iron and steel industry, cotton textile industries, and later on IT information technology. Information technology. Before discussing about the meaning of industry, at first I want to give you an example. Do you think that the notebook you use for writing has come to you after a long process of manufacturing? It started its life as part of a tree. It was cut down and transported to the pulp mill. There the wood of tree was converted in wood pulp. Then the wood pulp was mixed with chemicals and finally changed into paper by machines. This paper found its way to the press, where ink made from chemicals was used to print the lines on the pages. The pages then bound in the form of a notebook, packed and sent to the market for sale. Finally, it reached in your hands. Basically, the above process is related to secondary activities, and economic activities can be divided into three parts. So at first we will discuss about the economic activities, because industry is somewhere related to secondary activities. Economic activities, they can be divided into three parts. The first is primary activities, second is secondary activities, and the third one is tertiary activities. At first, primary activities. These activities are undertaken by directly using natural resources. It forms the base for all other products like agriculture, dairy, farming, foresting, fishing, etc. It is also known as agriculture sector. And these activities are related with natural resources. We can say activities use natural resources directly. For example, fishing, agriculture, forestry, etc. Now we will discuss about the secondary activities. Basically, secondary activities is related to manufacturing. This sector includes those activities in which natural products are changed into other forms through ways of manufacturing that we associate with industrial activities. As I have told you earlier that wood pulp was changed into paper and paper into notebook. These activities represents two stages of manufacturing, and that's why these are included in secondary activities. Basically, the activities which change raw material into finished goods are included in secondary activities. For example, iron and steel industry, cotton industries, etc. Now we will discuss about the tertiary sector. It is also known as service sector. Why is it known as service sector? Basically, this sector do not produce, but it supports in production process. Since these activities generate service rather than goods, that's why it is known as service sector. It supports in production and generates services rather than goods. As I have told you earlier, that's why it is also known as service sector. For example, banking, transport, etc. Now we will discuss about industry. I have told you about the subtopics of this topic. For example, meaning of industries, classification of industries, and factors affecting location of industries, etc. At first, we will discuss about the definition of industry. What is industries? Basically, industries refer to an economic activity that is concerned with production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. For example, iron and steel industry, it is related to production of goods. Coal mining industry, it is related to extraction of minerals, that is coal. And the third one is tourism industry, that provide services. Meaning of industries. Basically, it is related to secondary activity which is concerned with the production of goods, extraction of minerals, or the provision of services. For example, iron and steel industry, it is related to production of goods, the second is coal mining industries, and it is related to extraction of minerals, or we can say extraction of coal. The third one is tourism industry, and it is related to services. Now we will discuss about the classification and types of industries. Basically, industries can be classified on the following basis. Classification of industries. Industries can be classified on the three bases. The first is on the basis of raw material. Second is on the basis of size. And the third one is on the basis of ownership. On the basis of raw materials, industry can be classified in four parts. The first is agro-based industry, the second is mineral-based industry, The third one is marine based industries, and the fourth one is forest based industries. It can further be classified. The very first is agro based industries. Second is mineral based. The third one is marine based, and the fourth one is forest based. Agro based industries use plant and animal based products as their raw materials. Food processing, vegetable, oil, cotton, dairy products and leather industries are the example of agro based industries. For example, food processing, vegetable oil, cotton textile. Because these industries find raw material from agriculture, that's why these are considered as agro-based industries. Now we will discuss about mineral-based industries. Basically, in this type of industry, mineral resources are considered as raw material. Mineral-based industries are primary industries that use mineral ores as their raw materials. The products of these industries feed other industries. For example, iron made from iron ore is the product of mineral-based industries, and this is used as raw material for the manufacture of a number of other products such as heavy machinery, building materials and railway coaches. So basically, iron and steel industry can be considered as mineral-based industry. Use minerals as raw material and feed other industries. For example, iron and steel industries, cement industry and petrochemical industries. Basically, these industries can provide raw material to other industries. Now the third is marine-based industries. These industries use products from the sea and oceans as raw materials. Use products from sea and oceans. For example, seafood and fish oil. The fourth is forest-based industries. And these industries utilize forest produce as raw material, and the industries associated with forests are pulp and paper, pharmaceutical, furniture and building industries. Use forest produce. For example, furniture and wood pulp. On the basis of size, industries can be divided into two parts. The first is small scale industry and the second is large scale industries. Small scale industries and large scale industries. Basically, this classification refers to the amount of capital invested, number of people employed and the volume of production. On the basis of volume of production, on the basis of amount of capital and number of employees, industries can be divided into two parts. The first is small scale industry and the second is large scale industries. Basically, in small scale industries, cottage or household industries are a type of a small scale industry where the products are manufactured by hand or by the artisans. Basket weaving, pottery and other handicrafts are also the example of cottage industry. Small scale industries use lesser amount of capital and technology as compared to large scale industries. At present, the maximum investment allowed is rupees 1 crore, and if investment is more than 1 crore then it is considered as large scale industries. On the basis of size, I have told you there are two types of industries. The first is small scale and the second is large scale. In small scale industries, we can include cottage industries or household industries, where the products are manufactured by artisans. The second point is capital should be less than 1 crore. Should be less than 1 crore. For example, basket weaving, handicraft industries, and pottery. The second is large scale industries. In large scale industries, we can say they produce large volume of products. Investment of capital is higher rather than small scale industries, and the technology used is superior. It produces large volume of products. We can find superior technology, and capital must be above 1 crore. Or obviously we can find more number of employees rather than small scale industries. For example, automobile industry, and heavy machinery. Now we will discuss about on the basis of ownership. That was the third part of our classification, on the basis of ownership. On the basis of ownership, industry can be divided in following way. The very first is private sector industries. The second one is public sector industries. The third one is joint sector industries. And the fourth one is cooperative industries. Cooperative sector industries. The first is private sector industries. These industries are owned and operated by individuals or a group of individuals. It means these are owned by individuals or a group of individuals. For example, TISCO, Tata Iron and Steel Company, which was established by Jamshedji Tata in 1907. Bajaj Auto Limited. The second is public sector industries. These industries are owned and operated by the government. For example, SAIL, Steel Authority of India Limited, BHEL, Bharat Heavy Electricals Limited, Hindustan Aeronautics Limited. The third is joint sector industries. These industries are owned and operated by the state and individuals or a group of individuals. For example, Maruti Udyog Limited and Oil India Limited, also operated by state and individuals. For example, Maruti Udyog Limited and Oil India Limited also. The fourth is cooperative sector industries. These industries are owned and operated by the producers or suppliers of raw materials, workers, or both. For example, Anand Milk Union Limited and Sudha Dairy or sugar industries in Maharashtra can also be included in cooperative sector, and the other example is coir industry in Kerala. operated by suppliers and workers. For example, Sudha Dairy, Anand Milk Union Limited. Now we will discuss about the factors affecting location of industries. Factors affecting location of industries, because in some regions we can find more industries, and whereas in other regions we can find less number of industries. That's why we have to study the factors which can affect the location of a particular industry. Basically, in these factors we can include raw material, power, labor, water, topography and climate, market, transport facilities, capital, and somewhere government policies also. The very first is raw material. In industries that use heavy and bulky raw materials like coal and steel prefer location near sources of raw materials, as the transportation of such materials over long distances is difficult and expensive. That's why industries using perishable raw materials are also usually located near sources of raw materials. The second is power. An uninterrupted supply of power is essential for running machines. Hence, regions rich in power resources are considered ideal location for establishing an industry. Labor. For industries that require plenty of laborers, densely populated areas are considered ideal locations, because in those areas we can find cheap and abundance of labor in such areas. The fourth is water. Industries need water for cooling machinery, for draining out wastage, and for various other purposes. So most industries are located near sources of water. The other one is capital and government policy. Areas where money is locally available and people are willing to invest in industries are considered ideal location for industries. How government policies affect establishment of any industry? Sometimes the government makes a particular location attractive to industries by providing tax, concession, and various facilities. So obviously these particular locations can be considered as ideal location for those industries. The other one is topography and climate. A flat topography and a moderate climate are considered ideal conditions for most of the industries. That's why plains have the highest concentration of industries. Market. Industries producing perishable or fragile goods are usually located near their respective markets so that the products can reach the markets with minimum delay or damage. Transport facilities. Basically, an efficient transport network helps raw material to reach factories and finished goods to reach markets. Thus, regions that are well connected by transport routes are ideal sites for industries. Industrial system. An industrial system includes three parts. The first is input, second is process, and the third one is output. In input we can include raw material, cost of land, power, and other infrastructure. In processing we can include a wide range of activities that convert raw material into finished goods. The third is output. In output we can include end products by which income can be earned. For example, we will take the example of textile industry. As input we can include cotton, human labor, factory and transport cost also. In processing we can include spinning, weaving, dyeing and printing. Output, or as output we can find shirt or other kind of garments. The remaining part of this chapter, that is industrial reasons and distribution of major industries, will be discussed in later video.